So glad you're here, and you're all in the middle. That's really interesting. I think because there's words on the wall, probably, huh? Well, I'm happy you're here. I'm Reverend Dr. Mary Mitchell, and the practitioner of the day, along with Charlie Bourne and Christy Carr, and we're here to serve you and do a prayer with you if you'd like. We stand by the bell, and then we can go to the 2 practitioner rooms available and do prayer with you. So that's what we love to do. Our opening music this morning is, guess who? Dalton! Woo!
Good morning, everybody. I'm just a trifle froggy today, but the church has been nice enough to let me play with one of their toys. It's very exciting. This will get sounding better and better as we go. But I thought I'd play you an old song on this new instrument. The words should be scrolling across the sky.
You know, Dalton, that is the perfect song for everything that's happened in the world this week. Let us all be shown. If you're new with us today, we have a wonderful friendship packet on the back wall, and it's purple, I think. And you can pick one up and then come and talk to us about it. And we have 3.5 acres here along Churn Creek. It's so beautiful, especially this time of year. So if you'd like to have a tour around and see our other buildings out there, please check with one of us. We'd be happy to take you out there. I'd like to thank the members of the team, the kitchen cookies, and Doug's always here as the greeter. And we have, of course, Judy and Dalton, and we just so appreciate everyone that makes this flow easily on Sundays. So if you have a cell phone, what you can do to help is put it on airplane mode. Thank you. And we have some focus announcements. Most of them are in your program, so I'm going to kind of go through these. One of the things is Reverend Sue is offering a really, really special class. It's called Something About Mary. It's Mary Magdalene and exploring the gospel of Mary Magdalene. I've never done that. Anybody here ever done that? Oh, bless your heart. Good for you. Well, we're all going to learn a lot, I'm sure, and that's Wednesdays, September 17th to October 22nd in the evening, 7 to 8:30. And if you need to be connected with Zoom, she's up for that too. So that's a really important one. There's a Veterans Resource Fair that's going to be happening Thursday, October 16th. I'm not sure where, probably the convention center. And there's a sock drive because, these people walk a lot, the homeless do. And so men, women, socks would be very appreciative. So we'll put a bin out and collect socks anytime through now and October 15th. Claire Bay is coming back with her chair yoga starting Tuesday the 16th. Reverend Sue's back with her Hatha yoga starting Wednesday the 17th. Phoebe Fazio's back, wow, with her sound bath, healing sound bath, September 19th. And Kathleen Riley's here to talk about her heart math if you'd come up. Yeah. This is something that I think a lot of people already know about because there's so many signups, but I don't. So here you go. No.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. It's a delight to be here with you all again. And I'm so looking forward to being with many of you, and I hope maybe more after today, next Saturday, for I'll be offering a very special workshop on the heart math techniques. And I know that many of you are familiar with heart math, but for those of you who might not be, they are founded in 1991, and they are science and research-based institute down in Boulder Creek, California. And their mission is, and all of their groundbreaking research is based on showing the intelligence of the heart, not only in ourselves and what it can do for our own coherence and well-being, which we are so in need of more of right now in our world and on our planet, but also in the effects of our heart coherence on the energetic field. So we are doing studies that are now non-local and showing what we all know through the power of prayer and intention, but really being able to measure it through the heart's electromagnetic field. So I welcome you to join me in person on Saturday. And if some of you can't be there but think, oh golly, but I would really love to learn more about heart math, I will be offering an online course, short course, beginning in October. And why I'm offering it online is because anybody who can't make one of the weeks gets the recording. In fact, you all get the recordings of each of the sessions. So anyway, anyone who would like more information, please come and chat with me after the service. And I hope to see you next week. Thank you.
And if you've already signed up, please put your email next to your name in the foyer. That way she'll have all the information she needs to contact people. Luana? Absolutely. I was going to talk about you next, but that's okay.
I don't know if you all remember a couple of weeks ago when I was talking about the Power of Intention class that I'm currently involved in. I mentioned Dr. Riley's workshop, the Heart Math workshop that was coming up next Saturday. And if any of you have worked with me, you know that I begin everything I do with a heart-brain coherence meditation. And it only takes 3 minutes, and it's absolutely the most powerful tool that you can have in your tool belt for anything that you need to evolve into in a higher way. So I just want to encourage you to sign up for this incredible workshop. I'm going to be there. I'm excited to have her present it because it will be awesome. Believe me, you'll be happy you did. Oh, also in my class, today I'm going to introduce something completely new from Lynn McTaggart. As you know, last week was my first class, and today, each class tomorrow or next week is my voice is shaking. Somebody slipped me some caffeine this morning, I think. Next week is the third and last class, and each class is designed to build on the next. So if you would like to come in and join in on today's, we will do some review. We're going to do some actual intending, and I'm going to introduce something that Lynn McTaggart has just introduced in a new podcast called, what's it called? Praying for Yesterday. Praying for Yesterday. And then next week, if you would like to come, you absolutely can, but I'm going to give today's class some homework. So don't bother coming if you don't do this homework because you will be lost. So the homework that the class today will receive is from Matt Kahn's video on YouTube called The Essential Keys of Intention. Matt Kahn, The Essential Keys of Intention, and I'm going to ask today's class to listen to it at least twice before next Sunday. So if you're interested in finding out what that's all about, then please join me. But also, do sign up for Dr. Riley's workshop next Saturday. Aloha.
There are so many wonderful things happening, aren't there? This is just fantastic. Let's see, what am I missing? That's good. All right, now we'll have a reading by Lori, from Reverend Sue. You know, Reverend Sue was gone last weekend, halfway across the country, and Charlie was telling me when they came home, their airplane was late. They were supposed to get in at midnight and didn't get in until 2 in the morning. So that must have been a long day. And yet, you've got a talk and you've got a reading. Good for you. Come on, Lori.
If you would all indulge me, and if you feel comfortable, I'm going to ask you to please put your hands over your heart, crossed over your heart, and close your eyes so you can really take these words in. The reading chosen by Reverend Sue this morning is The Hill We Climb by Amanda Gorman from 2021. When day comes, we ask ourselves, where can we find light in this never-ending shade? The loss we carry, a sea we must wade. We braved the belly of the beast. We've learned that quiet isn't always peace, and the norms and notions of what just isn't always justice. And yet the dawn is ours before we know it. Somehow we do it. Somehow we weathered and witnessed a nation that isn't broken, but simply unfinished. And yes, we are far from polished, far from pristine, but that doesn't mean we are striving to form a union that is perfect. We are striving to forge our union with purpose, to compose a country committed to all cultures, colors, characters, and conditions of man. And so we lift our gaze, not to what stands between us, but what stands before us. We close the divide because we know to put our future first. We must put our differences aside. We lay down our arms so we can reach out our arms to one another. We seek harm to none and harmony for all. Let the globe, if nothing else, say this is true, that even as we grieved, we grew, that even as we hurt, we hoped, that even as we tired, we tried, that we will forever be tied together, victorious, not because we will never again know defeat, but because we will never again sow dissension. Scripture tells us to envision that everyone shall sit under their own vine and fig tree, and no one shall make them afraid. If we are to live up to our own time, then victory won't lie in the blade, but in all the bridges we've made. That is the promise to Glade, the hill we climb, if only we dare.
I love to start out our affirmative prayer with the words, God is all there is. Because that's the truth of everything. The energy, the intelligence of God is in every place, everywhere, all the time, and is always good. And we know as humanity is trying to find their way to knowing all is good, there are things along the way that we can do to help. Knowing God is all there is a help. Treating people as brothers and sisters is a help. Knowing that there are answers to most of the questions we have about how to get along in society, we can help. And so I accept that for everyone here today. There is a way that you can be of help today. And the people you meet, the people you greet, adding a little kindness to the world, adding a smile, opening a door. There's so many ways. And so I invite those ways into my life. I invite those opportunities into your life because they make you feel better too. And so placing these ideas in mind, I establish a cause in my life to increase how I may be help into the world, help into creating more peace, more kindness, more love. I'm so grateful for these words because as I say them, I feel them in my heart, but I know that if they can stay there long enough, if I can see the goodness long enough, it will reflect in my life and your life too. So I release these words with love, excitement, kindness, joy, happiness, all the beautiful words that describe God's love. And so I say, thank you, God, and so it is. All right, Reverend Sue. We're so glad you're back.
Thank you for covering last week. Good morning, everyone. Before I begin, Christy has an announcement that she wanted to share as well because she has a class starting this week. So Christy, you want to come on up? And it's also, I know we already celebrated birthdays last week, but today is her birthday, so she's feeling particularly full of herself.
Thank you so much. Thursday from 5:30 to 7:30, I'm starting the Infinite You. What's the name of it? The Infinite, there's more, but it's the, at 5:30 to 8, I really would like to see you there. It's a fantastic, wonderful class. And again, thank you for the clapping. Happy birthday clapping.
Loving you. Yeah. Yeah. So her class is using one of our favorite books of Ernest Holmes, the small one, This Thing Called You. And that's a treasure in itself to explore that together with others. I don't know why I got a gumdrop in and I don't know what to do with it now. This is very awkward. I hope I don't accidentally spit it on anyone. Trying to find a place for it. So, that's my purpose. That's what is calling you. The gumdrops. This whole month, we're looking at putting a lot of the tools, spiritual tools and wisdom that we've shared all year long, putting it together on the path of self-realization. And what is calling us is a question that comes up a lot. We recently just talked about it in our women's group. And it's always inspiring when you finally answer the question instead of just hearing it. So I appreciated the reading that Lori did so poetically, because it's very important to pay attention to what's going on in our world and then let our hearts wrap around it in a way that sometimes the poetic words help us to recenter ourselves and redirect to know our own purpose. But Earnest Holmes, this is what we're going to lead into our talk today. This I saw, or else some inner presence made it known to me. The universe is filled with life. The air, the sky, the sea teems with intelligence, majesty, and might. And deep within me, deep within each one of you, some subtle inner sight beholds and sees, comprehends and knows the all. It neither fears nor falters, but answers the divine call to be as one beyond the bounds of time and space, to overcome the bondage of the human race and leap with trust, undaunted, free, into the depths of that infinite sea whose waters, calm, are ready to receive those who in simple faith believe. The Call by Earnest Holmes, written in 1926. And that says it all. It just gives me chills when I read back on some of his readings, because a lot of his work is explaining to us, volumes of explaining to us. And then there's moments, right, Mary, where his readings just right to your heart. And you say, yes, I'm awake to that truth. So I've asked it before, we ask it again. We have to ask ourselves all the time, what continues to call you? Do you question your spiritual path after all these years? Do you question your purpose? Because what calls you to the path of self-realization, to be self-realized? Acquiring things, as we've come to know, only satisfies us so much. It's just a short satisfaction, really. And then achieving success could be another avenue that we think has to do with our purpose. So we have an educational goal. We acquire letters behind our name. I remember in nursing, I was so envious of some of the name badges. CCRN, masters of this. It was so much, and mine just said RN. RN. So I wanted to put BLS and ACLS, which is, every nurse has that, but I just wanted some more initials on my name tag to make me feel more important. But it really doesn't define what kind of nurse you are, no matter how many labels are there. Right, Nadine? Right? It's just what you show up and how you choose to serve is the beauty of whatever life's work you've chosen. So that's impressive, titles and your hard work to achieve maybe a doctorate, a master's, an AA, a high school diploma. All of it is important, but it does not define your life either. So I'm asking us, let's look just a little bit deeper. And it's up to you to answer it for your own self and in conversations in the social hall if you so choose. But what are you seeking in the depth of your own soul that seems to nag at you constantly in those wee hours of the night? Or it wakes you up in the morning and you feel this stirring. It's a new day, but that stirring lingers, calls to you, cries out to you. And then also that same purpose seems to get you back on track when the news of every day throws us, rattles us to our core. And we think, how can we go on? When will this all stop? What's wrong with us? And then we listen. It can also be thrown off by what illnesses touch upon the people that you love, and you feel so helpless. When death of someone surprises you. We know all the moments that throw us off, but I ask you, what gets you back in alignment with that something inside of you that is forever calling for peace and for love? And I appreciate here where Earnest Holmes references it is as some inner presence is made known to me. That there is an intelligence in our universe that is connecting us all to all that is. And we are each a part of this divine matrix that is informing us what is our purpose in every moment. All we have to do is turn to it. Now, I'm not bashing myself, but I want you to realize our humanness. So as I speak of my own, you might feel a little more connected to what I'm saying. Because no matter how I try to misbehave and throw my tantrums in life, again and again, I return again and again, knowing there is more being asked of me. Each of us, as divine beings, are called to serve this higher purpose. It's really what it is, a higher purpose to look to the higher grounds. And the moment that we choose to surrender to that call, stop behaving so erratically, stop being played by our emotions and our touchy feelings, there is a window of understanding. A window that our heart is informing us that if we just get still enough, quiet enough, like the calm after a storm, we'll get it. Now, you might have in your home your special place, your chair, your altar, somewhere you've established the seat where you place yourself to pull it all back into alignment. We are always guided to the truth with a capital T. And I dare say every time it is humbling. As many times as I've shaken myself up with petty details of misunderstanding, I know I'll get there. I still have to go back and clean up my whininess of discontent and get back on track. It's part of my path of self-realization. I can testify that when I calm down, I am informed. I know exactly what to do. And I accept that guidance every single time. I'm not saying I'm really willing, I'm stubborn, but I know that even as that snarkiness is on the outer edges of my personality, my soul knows the right action, and I know that truth for myself and for each one of you here. I've seen you, I've witnessed you walk your talk. So my soul and your soul, it knows right action. It's always led by love and compassion. Compassion being the biggest influence. Remember those moments when what you meant to say is reframed by how Spirit wants you to respond. You've had those moments? They're there. Richard Rohr, who I love to listen to and to read his writings, he said, whatever happens in these moments, I did not make it happen. I watched it happen. Can you feel that? There's a difference there. Look what I did. No. Look what you allowed to happen because you get out of your own way. Now, Charlie and I have these conversations, and it's his challenge to play the game that he doesn't know I'm circling around. He has to determine, what did I really say? Because I will go on, and you know what happened? And blah, 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 blah. And then I said, he goes, you said that? No, I didn't say that. Come on, keep up. And then I go on, and he said, you said that? Stop it. No, I didn't. Of course I didn't. That's terrible to say. I felt it. Come on. And he would stop me and remind me, and I know he's being driven by Spirit in those moments. You didn't say that, did you? No, of course not. And don't tell anybody here. I'll be the one to tell them. So I always have to impatiently fess up in those conversations. No, but listen till I get to my truth. Just listen. Bear with me. I'm on my way. And I confess every time to him. I can be such a difficult human. So I'm glad I'm on nobody's pedestal. No, I fell off that a long time ago. I don't even think I ever got to climb up on one. But being on the spiritual path, all my life, I know better. I know that kindness and understanding is always the best response to whatever comes up. It is what I appreciated so much about Melissa Harris's book that we talked about earlier this year, and I'm trying to get her to be a speaker here in October. And she wrote, When Humanity Meets Our Divinity. Because that's what it's all about, and it's a great read. It's the pure guidance of living through our experience until we discover this impressionable truth and love as our pole star from that moment forward. So when I refer to self-realization, I'm also involved with an organization from Paramahansa Yogananda, some of you know that, who it is the path of self-realization. It's what his whole life work was about, developing this beautiful temple of self-realization in these teachings. And I was introduced to that when I was about 18 or 19. That's the same time when I was introduced to Hatha Yoga. And the teacher used to use the little blue bound, silky pages of spiritual diary. And she would read those at the end of each class. And I couldn't wait to have my very own. And I'd gone to the Bodhi Tree in LA, the greatest bookstore ever. Whoop, whoop. And there it was, and I just cherished it. And I remember it was a very difficult gift to give away, but I gave it away to a young struggling friend of my son's when she graduated from high school. And I remember going, "Here, take this. Maybe it'll help you." And I could feel myself, she's trying to take it, and I could feel myself going, "Go ahead, take it. I am giving it to you." I bought another one, but it didn't have the same feeling as the one. But I think about that, and I think about her sweet life, where it took her. So, Paramahansa Yogananda, what made me so curious? What did he talk about when I was 18 that made such an impression on me? He talked about Divine Mother, Divine Father. Now, raised a Methodist, that never was any language that I ever heard. So that's what was, that phrase, Divine Mother, was so foreign to me that up until then I realized I was only praying to something out there, and it was male. And I was begging it to keep out of trouble, right? I'll quit smoking that cigarette if you just, whatever our teenage lives do. But what is this Father in heaven? And then here comes Yogananda's teaching. Here comes the Upanishads. Here comes the Vedic text. I ask the question, and Spirit supplies me with scriptures that go, "Whoa, wait a minute, that's what this is all about? There's more to life than this?" So Yogananda brought his understandings and teachings to America in 1920. And he founded the Self-Realization Fellowship. Some of you might have heard of that. And this became an international society dedicated to introducing throughout the world his teaching of the age-old science and philosophy of yoga. It's not just postures, but it's the deep philosophy. Meditation was core to his message. So I signed up immediately to get lessons. And that, if you're all looking at me, that wasn't in 1920. That was in the 1969, 1970. But I got so engaged. And to this day, his mantras still sing within me when I sit to meditate. I breathe with that. His stories were fascinating if you've never read the autobiography of a yogi. His counseling often inspired me, and other times he bewildered me. I didn't know what he was talking about. But that path before me was paved with light, and I followed him from then on until where I stand today. And my faith grew, not just in Self-Realization Fellowship, but more so in this teaching, because this teaching also focuses on spiritual principles and practices. That's exactly what Science of Mind stands behind. And a divine process is forever being revealed to all of us when we stay focused on our path. None of us can afford these distractions of wandering into duality to make sense of anything. That's painful. But yet trusting the divine way, that is the only way to stay in love and to lean into unity. As Mary started her prayer today, God is all there is. If we can center on God is all there is, wholeheartedly, the noise of the world that threatens the soul peace just becomes another call for a more passionate prayer. So we remain centered, all the while affirming that God is all there is, and that this goodness is our true nature. So what is calling you is exactly what you need. When you see what is disrupting your world, it's very complex. Yet isn't it also asking you to continually seek a better understanding of yourself in the midst of it all? What is your purpose of living? So we do this and we require this broader perspective filled with grace. We acquiring a sense of more universal wisdom and vision that then feeds our insights, helps us make choices in our words and how we respond, not react. We stay steadfast, so true to our pure inner nature. And then that way we become stronger, wiser, and a more sympathetic human being, which is what the world needs. This is the path we step in self-realizing. Why wouldn't we choose such a path? Yogananda stated, mankind is engaged in an eternal quest for that something else. He hopes this will bring him happiness, complete and unending happiness. For those individual souls who have sought and found God, that search is over. And he reminds us, this point too aligns with Science of Mind, that your being has two sides, one visible, the other invisible. With open eyes, you behold the objective creation and yourself in it. With closed eyes, you see nothing, a dark void at first. Yet your consciousness, even when dissociated from form, is still keenly aware and operating. He goes on, in a deep meditation, you penetrate the darkness behind closed eyes. You behold the light. You behold the light from which all creation emerges. He goes on, by deeper samadhi, your experience transcends even the manifested light and enters the all blissful consciousness beyond all form, infinitely more real, tangible, and joyous than any sensory and supersensory perception. Wow, that drives me. What is that light? Does it tickle your curiosity at all to know that depth? He also says, our great whirling planet, our human individuality, were not given to us merely that we might exist for a time and then vanish into nothingness, but that we might question. You see, we question, what is it all about? To live without understanding the purpose of life is foolish and a waste of time. This mystery of life is surrounding us, and we were given the intelligence in order to solve it. And he adds, does this sound familiar? Change yourself, and you have done your part in changing the world. Universal, from the Tao to now. We have to remove the stink of hate from our hearts. We have to do that once and for all. This is our transcendent purpose if we choose to abide in the presence of the One. So, what is ours to do? I come back to that. What is yours to do? What is mine? First, just listen. Just listen to Spirit within. Hone that intuitive nature. Lean into your passions and your curiosities. Get to know them. You know it. It's already there. It's living and breathing and breeding inside of you all the time anyway. Get to know it. Get away from the distractions. No longer choose to hide yourself, play small, publish your books. There's something in you that just can't let go. It's calling you. You can't numb it or ignore it anymore because this is guidance. And there is a message that you feel beyond senses, that your dreams are informing you. The synchronicities all around are haunting you almost, asking you, attune to this. These messages are calling you into action. Go for it. Go for it. You're born at this time. Some of us have lived through those great 60s, the love and peace. And now we get to make action on that. It's no longer fun outfits and flowers in our hair. It's real. And we can act on it. So it's always this path that's spiraling upwards. As Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stated, keep moving from this mountain. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. And there's times when we do want to just pull the cover over our heads and pretend some of these tragedies aren't taking place. But when we do that, even then, cover us over our head, anchor in love, find your truth, be directed back to your faith alone, knowing that when you arise again, you are walking in your faith, because every step you take on this spiritual path is making you stronger, not weaker. Every step you come more in tuned with nature itself and its guidance. A more pure essence starts to express itself in you as you, and truth is imprinted as you leave every footprint behind you. You're aligning in this philosophy, in this community, this spiritual beloved community, you're aligning with truth with a capital T. So we continue to do our spiritual practices. We pay attention to what we dwell upon. We know that what we dwell upon becomes so. So we stay in line with truth and integrity this week more than ever, allowing ourselves to transcend our temptations to judge and to criticize and say, I choose compassion here. I choose compassion here. Now, in closing, I want to share one final quote from Lynn Twist. She wrote in A Committed Life, because this is what I'm inviting you into committing to this week. Living a committed life is not about doing good so that you can feel good about yourself or look good to others. It's about answering a call that creates a new context for our life. Living this way is guided by taking a stand, giving your word that you will live into that stand and have it shape your life. It requires keeping that commitment in the face of challenges. By creating a context of possibility and transformation, you learn to pay attention, to train yourself, to navigate these upsets and challenges, and to learn from them, be nourished by them. This is your week. Not such a bad assignment, right? But I decided to share, because this feels heavy a little bit, but a new spiritual practice. You want to hear it? Yeah. It's a pretty good one. From Richard Rohr. I just came across it yesterday, but I just think it's brilliant. He was asked, what is your spiritual practice now? I've developed, he said, I find myself in the practice of gazing. Gazing. The moderator says, tell us more. He goes, it works like this. He said, I don't know if some of you know that Richard Rohr has an illness, and so he's in a wheelchair, and he says, life's been more difficult for him, and he takes 4 naps a day, and I thought, my kind of guy. So he said, I find myself at the end of the day, or any part of the day during a nap, I lay down, and my eyes are open, and I gaze. I gaze. I simply gaze. I'm not asleep. My eyes are open. I'm conscious, but I'm not thinking. I'm just gazing. I'm dwelling in contentment. And he goes, and then so many minutes pass, and I find myself, my jaw drops open. Now, in nursing, that's called the O sign. But he said, all of a sudden, I'm aware my mouth's open. Why? Why am I? And then he goes, I'm God-smacked. Don't you love it? So let us this week lay down. You know, if you're shy about it, lock the door so your beloved won't walk in and see you with and call 911. But just the idea of a gazing meditation, letting yourself just completely go of the human physical body and let the divine dance in the screen of your consciousness so that you too come back next week saying, I was God-smacked this week and life is good. So I'll have Judy come up and we'll do a prayer. Because I know we're all on this path of self-realization in any walk of life. That's what you're doing. Learning more. And remember something that I've mentioned before, but Scott Aubrey, he writes spiritual passages, which I find inspiring each week. Instead of asking the question, why did this happen to me? Why did this happen for me? It'll help you. Why did it happen for me? Because that's where the God-smack will come. So Judy, take your center, everyone. Dropping from the listening outwardly, dropping down deeper to where your breath wraps around the heart and your field of knowing, your field of truth lights up. Your God connection filling with light with every breath. An ancient mantra might entertain the mind, but you're going deeper into the holy waters of your own divinity, meeting love, compassion, forgiveness, truth. You take a deeper breath, and you find yourself humbly bowing into that moment, yielding to the presence, in awe of the truth, of how profound this call, this purpose of love has always been. And we drop to our knees. We humble ourselves and we breathe even deeper. And welling up within us is the majesty, the magic, the mystery, the power, the courage to rise up and carry on. And when we hear the suffering of the world coming towards us, through us, around us, we meet it with love, understanding, and compassion. It's the best that we can do. And it transforms all that is. So thank you, God, for a body of people who know the direction they're on. Each one here self-realized in their own journey. I give thanks to share their company. we rise, and we make a difference in the world because we live a truth that transforms and transcends all suffering. I release the power of this word, knowing that this intention has been set. Our hearts are filled with the glory of the One. It is time. Thank you, God. And together we say happily, joyously, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you. Whoop, whoop. Thank you. Thank you. Dalton.
What's your gospel gonna be? Living in bondage or free? What's your gospel gonna be? You gotta write a new one for me. Blaming those that knock me down, or giving thanks for being around. Charming waters I have known, I'm letting go of the old. What's your gospel gonna be? Living in bondage or free? What's your gospel gonna be? You gotta write a new one for me. Lesson moments of my shame, making dust out of my pain. Rolling waters I have stored, walk where love has been born. Yeah, yeah. What's your gospel gonna be? Living in bondage or free? What's your gospel gonna be? You gotta write a new one for me. Love my neighbor as myself. Rush right in when they cry for help. Share my worth and share my wealth. Am I willing to forgive myself? Yeah. What's your gospel gonna be? Living in bondage or free? What's your gospel gonna be? You gotta write a new one for me. What's your gospel gonna be? Living in bondage or free? What's your gospel gonna be? You gotta write a new one for me.
I just got cranky.
Everybody close your eyes.
Oh, no. If the ushers would come forward, please. You know, the title of that was so beautiful, Dalton, because as I get older, you know, you really think about it. What's my gospel going to be? It takes a lot of pondering and praying. So as we prepare to give our offering this morning, our hearts are filled with love and appreciation, since what's offered here is for our spiritual well-being. We're filled with gratitude, knowing that life stays in balance, knowing the truth is, as I give, I receive. I give thanks for the blessed donations received in the offering this morning and those that come in during the week. I know each dollar supports this spiritual family in many ways as we grow together, pray together, and give thanks for all that the center has been blessed with today and always. And so it is.
So I think we have Dalton hooked, right, Steve? This beautiful piece of equipment was the inspiration of Steve to purchase when he started the Sacred Music Circle, to split the funds between general fund and musical instruments, and this was Steve's prize. He found that when we had enough funds, this is what he ordered, and he goes, Dalton's gonna love it. So anyway, we're so happy. It's here on Friday nights. Steve loves to play with it too, Sacred Music Circle, but it's really cool. So I just wanted to remind you that Luana's, you can grab a little snack, but her workshop will start close to 11:30, right? And bookstore is open right now for your pleasure. And also one other thing tomorrow, those of you that are in the book club, it does start tomorrow, braiding sweetgrass, and this is with Robin, and it starts at 1:30 tomorrow till 3:30. So if book clubs are a lot of fun to help create community. So another opportunity for you to gather with your friends and get to know one another. So this is a great day, and we appreciate you so much. So thank you, and I think he has a final song, and then we'll sing our peace song together.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
Oh, my life flows on in endless song above earth's lamentation. I hear the real, though far off hymn that hails a new creation. storm can shake my inmost calm. While to that rock I'm clinging, it sounds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing? What though the darkness round me falls? I know the truth, it liveth. And what though the tempest round me roars? Songs in the night he giveth. No storm can shake my inmost calm. While to that rock I'm clinging, it sounds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing? And when tyrants tremble, sick with fear, and hear their death knells ringing, when friends rejoice both far and near, how can I keep from singing? In prison cell and dungeon vile, our thoughts to them going in, when friends by shame are undefiled. How can I keep from singing? Oh, my life flows on in endless song above earth's lamentation. I hear the real, though far off hymn that hails a new creation. Through all the tumult and the strife, those freedom bells come ringing, since love is Lord of heaven and earth. How can I keep from singing? Let's all stand and stretch.